I was a high-risk social situation, and I smoked marijuana.
Let's take a call right now. Let's talk to Tashida from California. Tashida, did you have a story to tell or a question to ask?
I have a story and a question.
Go for
it. Okay. So, my name is Tashida. I live in California, in San Diego. And I have had 2 children taken by CWS, infant children, one from the hospital. Basically, I was went to the hospital for trial labor, and during my complications, I had a really awful surgery, and the hospital alerted me that I had syphilis, and that I would need antibiotic treatment as well as my infant child, and they would have to remove her from me, and she had to be in the NICU for 10 days of antibiotic treatment. During my surgery, my partner was not allowed to be in the operating room, and all of our rights were, I'd say, unrecognized, or they didn't matter. And we subsequently got a report given to CWS by the social worker at the hospital. I was a high-risk social situation, and I smoked marijuana, which is part of my religious beliefs. So, rights and things. So, our child was removed from us after they released her, not to me, but to my partner, because they said that CWS had come up with the story that I was on drugs and I have syphilis and I was a danger to my child, and that her father was, a better suit for her care. So I just went along with it because I figured I'd never had any problem with the system before. I have 3 older children, 15, 9, and 7. They live with their father. We're divorced, from joint custody. But so my daughter being taken, I figured they'd give her to family. My partner, my mother, my sister, and we were planning to move we were planned to move to Northern California after I had the baby. We're leaving. But CWS stepped in, and they did end up removing my daughter after we signed 2 safety plans, and I went to drug tests, and they didn't put me on the list of drug tests, and then they said I was dirty because I didn't show up, and just all these things, and I had already called the ombudsman, and days later my daughter was removed, and she was taken to a foster family where she remains still. The caretaker said that she wanted to adopt her the second hearing we had. And that has just been, we've been fighting, we've been visiting, we've been doing whatever they say. But we've also been homeless, and we've been struggling, and because our family did move to Northern California, we were just been left behind fighting for our daughter because we can't leave the county because they'll say we abandoned her. And in the meantime, I get pregnant again. And I had a baby in April of 2021. CWS came, they did their checks, we met with them, and saw that the baby was fine. They sent the police. They did a well check. The baby was fine, but they still took it. They still wanted to remove my daughter. They said they came with a warrant. We barricaded ourselves in our room because we stay at a transitional housing, and we didn't give our baby up. We said no. Okay, police have been here. We're not keeping our child up. You already have one. So why are you here? We've done all your checks. We're fine. But they insisted, and there's police officers here, like 20, 30 cops here, trying to take my kid, and we're standing up for our rights. We have civil rights, we have human rights, and we have constitutional rights, and they are violating all of them. So we don't give our child up. And days go by, we have food delivered because we're COVID anyway, so we don't leave our space. And so we're figuring it out. We had family come from Northern California to visit, see the baby. While there were cops outside the door, it was crazy. So it died down for a few days, and the hotel, the transitional housing hotel that we stay at, it's the extended stay of America. One of the front desk people gave that guy our room number so he could come harass us. And they subsequently, the hotel got with police officers and the CWS person, and they ambushed us at the front desk and put me in handcuffs, and took my baby.
2 minutes.
This man, I don't know who he is.
Wait, hold it. Tashida, hold on a second, because we're running out of time. What was the question you wanted to ask us today?
Well, I've had such time with attorneys. Like the attorney they gave me, I let her go. She wasn't doing anything, and they were going for adoption. And then they gave her back to me at another junction in the case. They gave the same lawyer back to me.
Tashida, what is the question?
And
go ahead and ask me the question.
How a person that doesn't have money get help for these dependency cases? Because not everybody can lawyer in them, and I need help.
Right.
Like,
you should be able to ask for another attorney to be appointed to you if you feel that your attorney.
I did, and he gave me the same attorney.
But you can make a motion under a case. Jennifer, what's the name of that case where you can ask for a new court-appointed attorney?
Is it Jackson W? And there's also a Marsden hearing that could be held.
A Marsden hearing, right. So
I did a Marsden for her first time to get rid of her.
Mm-hmm.
And then I asked for another lawyer in another junction, and the judge gave me the same lawyer.
Well, I think if you made a Marsden hearing to get rid of attorney number one and it worked, I don't believe the judge can reappoint attorney number one to you later on in the case. And if the judge does, what you should consider is filing an appeal or a writ. Do me a favor, Tashida, because we are having to take a break. Call me at my office next week, and I'll talk to you more about it. 888-6582. That's 888-888-6582. And Tashida, I want to thank you for calling in, and thank you for listening. We're going to take a break right now, and we'll be right back after these messages.